For the last few years, I've clung to the comfort of saying I'm in my early 70s. But today, the truth is clear. I'm 75. The years pass too fast, and I find less to hold on to. My bones ache. My children live states away, and my wife, my sweet Nora, has been gone for 8 months now. Once I cast my vote against that wretched man in November, I may have nothing left to live for at all. But I didn't come here for sympathy or birthday wishes. I have a story to tell, one I've never shared before. I used to think I kept it secret because it was silly, or because no one would believe me. But the truth is, I've never told anyone because it terrifies me, and I'm too tired to be afraid anymore. It was the summer of 1952, in the sleepy town of Havenfield, Maine. I was 9, small for my age, with only one friend who moved away that year. With no father and a mother buried under endless chores, I decided to spend my summer at the public library. It was quiet and empty, perfect for a boy who didn't want to be bothered. The first few weeks were dull. I'd bike to the library, pass the time, and head home. But one day, I discovered a small door behind the foreign language section. It was oak, with a brass handle etched with a single footprint. It seemed out of place, almost hidden. Curious and foolish, I opened it. There was only darkness at first, but I found a string hanging from the ceiling and pulled it. A single bulb flickered on, revealing a rickety wooden staircase spiraling downward. My heart pounded, but I couldn't resist. I stepped onto the creaking stairs and began my descent. At the bottom, a massive, crimson door glowed faintly at the edges. I hesitated, but my 9-year-old mind was filled with wonder more than fear. I pushed the door open. Inside was a library, but not like the one above. It was smaller, more intimate, with shelves crammed full of vibrant, beautiful books. The air was filled with a scent I can still recall, a mix of citrus and pine, more intoxicating than anything I've ever known. I spent hours there, reading and exploring, always sitting in the same plush armchair. I never saw anyone else, and that was fine by me. I visited that hidden library often for the next 3 years. Then, on my 12th birthday, everything changed. That day, I arrived later than usual. The smell I had loved so much seemed different. Still citrus and pine, but sour and wrong. I wandered through the room until I found the source. A leather-bound book, deep red with a black footprint on its spine. When I opened it, I found a single line written in crimson ink. "Rest your burdens here and leave them behind." I felt dizzy, almost nauseous, but I couldn't put the book down. I turned the page, then another, and another, all blank. The smell grew stronger, almost unbearable, and then I turned one more page and saw my own name written there. I dropped the book and stumbled back. As I looked up, I froze. The once empty armchair opposite mine was now occupied. An elderly man in a dark suit sat there, watching me with piercing gray eyes and a thin smile. "I've been waiting for you, Timothy," he said. My heart raced. "I'm here to help," he continued. "Tonight, you'll need it." He leaned forward, his gaze unyielding. "Your mother is gone, Timothy. She took her own life in your kitchen. I can offer you a way out of this pain, and all the pain that's to come." I backed away, disbelief and fear mingling in my chest. "You're lying," I shouted, desperate. "See for yourself," he replied, gesturing to the door. I ran out of that cursed room, up the creaking stairs, and out into the night. I pedaled home furiously, my breath hitching as I approached our house. The door was ajar. Trembling, I stepped inside and called for my mother. No answer. I made my way to the kitchen and found her lying on the floor. That night shattered me. I never returned to that basement library, and as the years went by, it seemed to vanish, as if it had never existed. But the smell, citrus and pine, followed me. I smelled it when my father, estranged and desperate, came to my door years later and nearly killed me. I smelled it when my wife Grace lost our second child, And again when our son crashed his car and took a young girl's life. And when Grace died last year, that cursed scent was there, lingering like an old friend. A few months ago, I saw the library door again. I walked by it every day but never went in. I'm tired, you see. Tired of the pain, tired of pretending. The old man's words echo in my mind. Rest your burdens here and leave them behind. Tonight, I might go back. I'm frightened, yes, but I don't know what else to do. The road ahead seems darker than ever, and maybe it's time to find out if the old man was right. After all, I still know where to find him.